GT, aptly renamed after our first 4 or 5 races to a more canonical, more appropriate name for the group. Tonight's race is going to be amazing. MRoyal, currently in the race tonight, is in the points lead, but Juxry is hot on his heels for points. Agent Ranger, RPM, and even it's King Trump and DeathPercepshun. DeathPercepshun is actually pulling up big time, and as you guys know before, he had a spotter. He was not joking around about the track. And tonight's race, sand sealed and delivered in Blaine County, is, as you can see from the parade lap, something of a destructive force in racing. There's just so much craziness about it, from driving in the corner pieces here to getting in the sand. This race will beat you to death. So they basically, the first lap, they just roll around the track to see exactly how the race goes, and it's so confusing. The person that was leading in the race here was actually confused at when it was going to start. So, and remember, anybody who's actually playing a race, you can press down on your down directional arrow, and then that'll let you know when the race is, or how many points you have left before the second lap. So he's slowing it down big time. But that's the thing is the beauty of it is being able to race it. Look at it. I mean, those corners, they can't run through those corners there. They can't go over those lines. They'll be able to do that in this one. The par time tonight is 134. So for those that want a ×8 in the points today, they'll need to stay under that time. So it is already underway, and it's already being sabotaged. It's 134. So Trump is a little bit off the track. There we got a Carbonizzare, a Specter custom. The beauty of the racing that we have, especially with the par time pieces, is that really these guys can choose any car they want, anything they want to race. If you want to race a pariah, you can race a pariah, but you better stay under the par time. And he's off the track. See, and unlike the other tracks where you can, have a little off-road moment, you can't do it with this track. Juxry's already up front. He's hungry for this time, but if he breaks the par, it's going to hurt him. A little pumping with DeathPercepshun. DeathPercepshun ruled at last race, but will he be able to make that same transition happen again here? It's only a matter of time when we're going to see that, and they got 8 laps to figure it out. This is part of this track. MRoyal taking the move up through. So here is MRoyal. Okay, we're going to move over to, what do we got here? Juxry? Is Juxry up front? What do we have? Yeah, Juxry up there. 138. Nowhere even near the time that we have. So we're going to jump over to King Trump, who is right in behind MRoyal. DeathPercepshun is going, wow, Death really needs to move a RPM behind him. Our RPM gave up his Rapid GT in the last race for having, you guys watched it. He was saying it was painful, and it kind of did hurt to watch it, but worth every second of it. Let's move up to Juxry. See how our king of the track is doing. This is the guy tonight that has both a lot to prove and a lot to lose tonight. If he doesn't pull this under par today, anytime he goes over, he's going to take a 2-point hit for doing it, and it's gonna sting. But he is pushing it to the limits here. So you can see right there, those little edges they're going to have to stay into the edge to make sure that they don't have a problem or lose any points. Kind of moving away from MRoyal here. 138. Way off the par times today, which is good. You can see Juxry off in the distance. I think they're using the same car, are they? Yeah, 2 Specter customs up front with a Carbonizzare in the background. Really want to see DeathPercepshun pull this back in. He was doing so well last week. And now today he seems to be struggling. Trump way off the track. 2 guys off into the corners. Now normally with this track you pay for that for going over. MRoyal moved up to first. When did this happen? Did Juxry have an accident? Gonna move over to Juxry again to see if we can figure out what's going on. Yeah, he's a point back. MRoyal, somebody who is already in the points leads right now, is taking it over for where Juxry was. Oh, this is going to be a heated little battle here. How's he going to take him? 2 Specter Customs who have been dominant in both the AWC and in Fukaru Sport GT are both up front here. 2 battle-hardened drivers who are looking to prove a point by both battling each other. And that's the other thing is if once you get into a race like this, the question is do you pay attention to the power time or does it sneak up on you and then you end up getting, hard stop, hard braking. It's keeping away from hitting each other. So how will they take this turn? With a honk. Trying to get some aerial views here, which is the best way to view the race. With the stand-up things that are there, it can get a little difficult. And this is the part where I really want to see if they stay into the track area because I want to make sure they don't go off. We saw Trump and them doing it. I want to jump back to see where they're at. I'm thinking that battle's going to stay there for a second. Here is Trump with RPM in... What is that car? Oh, a Kuruma. I should have known that. Oh, bumping. Carbonizzare hard on the brakes. It's one of those cars that's difficult to kind of feel where it's at in the track. Looks like Trump is doing a little braking or blocking for... Well, that's going to be reviewed later to see if RPM had some aggressive driving. Remember that we do score people based on how they drive in certain areas, so hopefully that will not result in any sort of point deduction, but we'll have to check it out later. Okay, so here's our front runners. Oh, Agent with the 133 has moved him. That was, yeah, the 134 was what you needed. That's going to hurt him. 136 is from the top guys. This is where I was talking about when you get in that heated battle. You're running hard and you just take 1 point off, and usually that's how it runs. Is you usually it's a 1 point deduction that ends up doing 2 points. So he's going to need to move up higher in the ranks to prevent himself from getting hurt in the points later on. So then the thing is if you're one of the 133s, you can't get the best lap time anyway. What do? I just put it all on the line. So here they go. Agent is got to go for broke here. He's got points on top of points. He can't lose this, and he's good in the points positions, and he's made it up from running these races and being consistent with it. And he's just bearing down right on the guys here. And this is the last lap, so he's got to pull it back together now, I think. Yeah, I think this is it right here. This will be it. So he's got it. Let's see what we got for times here. So 134 right on it for Juxry. That's how you do it. Right on the edge. 135 for MRoyal. MRoyal wants that bad, but that's going to hurt RPM with the 134 right on a 134. It's so cool to see. Like this is, I tell people, racing the Fukaru and real competition racing like we race is not about being super fast or being, you want to be consistent. You want to get on the track and understanding it as fast as you can and straight up being competitive. And then once you do something like Agent where you're like, okay, I went over, now I'm in the GT 500 class, I'm kind of just junked out, we're going to make it, just let it all hang out. But that's the thing is Juxry now is going to be massive points. He's going to have the amount of points that, so we got, we got 6 people in the room. We have 7 that was total because Sneaky tried to show up tonight, but was unable to join it. As long as Agent was in here, don't ask me why that works that way, but it's something with the update. But so these guys, the guys that are staying under par time are going to get ×8, and Agent's only going to get a ×5 for his points tonight, for his base points. Juxry is entered first. 134. 134 is 130. Look at this. There you go. And he moves up from the position. And he got slammed back to third. Oh, my God. That painful. Just watching that move back and forth. And once we get to this, DeathPercepshun has got a lot to lose tonight, so I want to look back to, and they all, people were all, oh God, 134. He's running 134 and he's in last place. So like I said, we were saying about with, you're seeing everybody run 134s, and then people were saying, hey, actually moved up to speed and actually had to slow themselves down from getting the top speed. So if you can come in here and you can take any car and you can race consistently from day one on whatever track you're on, you can be competitive with these guys. It doesn't take somebody who has a ton of money to put into a car. I know you see these guys are doing this stuff, but anybody can buy a $140,000 Feltzer and run it. So anybody can buy a Feltzer, put the thing on the track, and be competitive. And as long as you can continue to throw down the same kind of lines over and over and over again, you got this. You can do competitive. Right here is this. Oh! What a finish. Oh, my God, guys. Good job, man. It's just... I gotta jump back to Death. Death tonight is going to be my painful racer for tonight. This is somebody who doing a 134. He's gonna get the ×8 tonight, but it's gonna hurt. I mean, it's just the 6th position. He's gonna get 4 points plus. I mean, times the 8 racers. But he was somebody that, But anyway, yeah, congratulations. Agent Raider gets the top lap, but he doesn't get to keep it. MRoyal is going to take the big score tonight, and he's going to definitely maintain his top position. And poor Juxry is going to have to make it up for next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.